Rockstar have their sights set on cinema's crown. After Niko Bellic escaped the heat on GTA 4's mean streets, and John Marston struggled for a few dollars more in Red Dead Redemption, LA Noire hopes to bring the atmosphere of the 1940s to a console near you. But is it the true Maltese Falcon, or just a lead replica?
14 Adam, go to.
Roger, 14 Adam en route.
Placing you in the carefully polished shoes of war veteran and ambitious caseman Cole Phelps, LA Noire offers everything an aspiring detective could want, from crime scene investigation to chasing down subjects. The standout feature is the interrogations, giving you the chance to trust, doubt, or accuse suspects and witnesses. These are given real power by Team Bondi's incredible motion scan technology, which replicates actors' performances down to the smallest eyebrow twitch. All set in a painstaking recreation of 1940s LA, the game's atmosphere is incredible, whether you're investigating a drug racket or following the trail left by a killer on a rain-soaked night. With a perfectly paced story, spectacular visuals, and satisfying gameplay that tests your brain rather than your trigger finger.
Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight. What do we have, Gonzalez?
LA Noire's biggest innovation is its use of motion scan. It not only offers true performances from skilled actors, but it also manages to tie it inherently into the gameplay. This is no pretty distraction, it's technology powering emotion. Incredibly, there are over 500 actors who have lent their faces and performances to the game, from recognizable TV stars from shows like Mad Men and Heroes to distinctive character actors. It's this that makes LA Noire feel like the first game ever to be more about people than perfectly rendered pixels. And because of this, the game's tough decisions and scattered stories are even more difficult, compelling, and most importantly, real. Now, we've got a little tip for you, but in a break with tradition, it actually makes the game harder rather than easier. Stick with us here. The first thing we recommend you do as a detective is turn off the rumble and sound that alerts you to clues and red herrings. This way, you'll get the satisfaction of finding clues by your own intuition and to think and feel like a real detective while you're scouring the crime scene, rather than an obsessive-compulsive trash inspector. Can't get enough noir? Well, here's a suggestion for those of you in Sony's camp. Heavy Rain is a crime thriller game that also isn't really a game. The developers, Quantic Dream, have stripped down the input from the player to a series of simple button commands. It makes playing far more immediate, but also allows you to concentrate on the intense storyline as you solve the mystery of the origami killer. Heavy Rain takes gaming a step closer to cinematic storytelling, and it is not to be missed. LA Noire may be innovative and beautiful, but it isn't without its downsides, most notably its gunfights. While not terrible, they do suffer from a lack of pace, and they're not as dynamic in comparison to the euphoria-enabled gunfights of other Rockstar titles. The inability to disarm or disable enemies non-lethally is also a frustrating omission for a detective game, leaving you to kill or be killed. But when it comes to positives, LA Noire stands head and shoulders above the rest. A mature script brought to life by brilliant performances and set in one of the most accurate and atmospheric locations ever to feature in a game, this makes for an experience that never fails to impress. When the brooding atmosphere, tense interrogations, and each case's twists and turns leave you on the edge of your seat for hours at a time, you know you're playing something special.
Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio.
Is it real?
No.
What LA Noire offers is unique. Never before has this level of detail and characterization been reached in a game, and with thoughtful gameplay and expert pacing to back this up, LA Noire is the new gold standard for narrative games.
Go on through. Parking lot straight ahead.
I need to get back to work, officer.
The detectives are here now. You repeat to them what you told me.